Hello, everybody. Good morning, fam. Well, good afternoon now. I am the sports judge, and I welcome you to my channel. You know, the ignorance in some people's comments is mind blowing. Sometimes it's better off being left unsaid if you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You know, sometimes people just need to keep their mouths shut, keep their mouths closed, and don't say anything at all. Because in the end, you're going to come across as an idiot. I'm absolutely baffled by the comment Amy Trask, the former Raiders executive, made about Brock Purdy. For those who don't know what was said, I'm pretty sure most of you heard this by now if you follow sports. On Tuesday's episode of What the Football, a podcast she co-hosts with longtime sportscaster Susie, she came out and basically said 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy was the worst quarterback remaining in the playoffs. He's the worst quarterback remaining in the playoffs. You heard that correctly. Here's what she said. I'll read the quote. We have 7 terrific quarterbacks, and Brock Purdy, Trask said, Brock Purdy is a good quarterback. No mistake about it. Be calm, 49er fans. I simply don't put him in the same category as the other quarterbacks. What the hell are you talking about? Do you hear yourself? Have you heard what you said about Brock Purdy? What a horrendous take that is. She doesn't know what she's talking about, obviously. Did she listen to herself? In her eyes? In reality? Baker Mayfield is a terrific quarterback? Baker Mayfield is better than Brock Purdy? Is that what you're telling us here? This is extreme level of insult. That's an insult to Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, the MVP frontrunner, is bad-mouthed, subjected to ridicule and innuendo from a woman who was the CEO of the Raiders when they drafted Jamarcus Russell first overall. Remember that? Remember that, folks? This is that same woman. This is the same woman who drafted one of the biggest busts in NFL history. We can easily sit here and have that discussion about how terrible of an executive she was. You're certainly not a solid evaluator of quarterback talent when you're firing shots at Brock Purdy. I don't think people realize how good he has statistically or how good he has statistically been, or they just ignore the fact. Last time I checked, Brock Purdy leads the NFL in almost every single quarterback metric. That's not a guess. It's a fact. It's not an opinion. Know your facts before you have an opinion. That's my piece of advice. Know your facts. It was truly based on her opinion of a quarterback who has been balling. Now, there was a time during the regular season, yes, where the story took a mysterious turn. We started to have our questions and doubts about Brock Purdy. But that doesn't make her right. That doesn't make her an expert. You know, she's sitting here on a radio show, on a podcast, saying that he is not a terrific quarterback. What is wrong with you? It just so happened that the Niners went on a bit of a slump only to find themselves again. The talk on the street was that Purdy couldn't win without Debo and Trent Williams. It's the NFL. His numbers are easy to dismiss because at times this season he looked genuinely bad and he's earned a label as a system quarterback. I've heard people saying he was a product of the system. Well, what quarterback, in all honesty, isn't the product of the system. Every damn quarterback in the NFL is a product of the system. I mean, come on. Not to make excuses, but every quarterback, even the elite quarterbacks, need his star weapons healthy to make a run. You're not going to win in this league when you have banged up players. Your players have to be healthy. The 49ers are where they are thanks to Brock Purdy, adding another dimension. Trask, with her comments, opened herself to criticism because her comments about Purdy is laughable. Yes, people are laughing at her comments. Making comments that are disrespectful to Brock Purdy and his ability has become the new calling card for people who just try to sound relevant. Right? They want to be heard. That's all this is to me. That's all this is. Hey, folks, if you want to draw attention to yourself and be in the spotlight, say something stupid. And that's exactly what she did. She said something stupid. It works every time. This was very stupid. Probably the stupidest shit I've heard. It's okay to have a voice and have a platform, but use your platform responsibly. What do they say about people who like to get behind the real drunk? Drink responsibly. Well, that's the same thing here. Trask couldn't be more wrong about Purdy. Let's have an honest discussion about how Purdy has been relatively effective and good when facing pressure. You know, let's find the positives in this dude's game because there are a lot of positives in his game. The notion that Purdy is a creation of Coach Kyle Shanahan's schemes. And instead of being the product of the system, which people like to say for whatever strange reason, the product of the system, we should acknowledge the fact that he has transformed from good to MVP level to an MVP level quarterback for the 49ers. When will people learn their lesson and quit all the Brock Purdy hate? I just don't understand it. I'm constantly blown away by his calmness, his maturity, and his athleticism. I think he's wise beyond years. And then you look at the type of athleticism and ability to extend the play. What you have in a quarterback is a guy who has elevated the ceiling of this team. You know, the negative comments about him are unnecessary, lazy, and irresponsible. I mean, that's all it really is. I don't understand the hate Purdy gets. I never did. You know, the rest of the world will be laughing at Amy if Purdy goes out there on Sunday and puts on a clinic versus the Green Bay Packers this weekend. He will then have the last word. I don't think he cares too much what is said about him, but this wasn't necessary. This is literally the wildest thing I've heard. The woman is crazy to think he's not a terrific quarterback. I truly don't understand what games she watched that makes her truly believe he's the worst quarterback. Because, you know, we all know who watch football that he is not the worst quarterback. A baseless opinion unsupported by fact was not needed. If she felt this way, she could have kept her mouth shut. I don't like the way Amy blasted Brock Purdy. I'm publicly acknowledging how idiotic and silly this was, given how he played this season despite hitting some speed bumps. And you know, every quarterback's going to have some bumps in the road. I mean, that comes with being a quarterback. But we saw a quarterback overcome huge obstacles along the way this season to get back on track. I think his consistency and ability to overcome struggles is truly remarkable. I always appreciated him. I always show my appreciation for him. Amy Trask empty-headed analysis of Brock Purdy provides clarity that she doesn't know anything about football. That's what it tells me. This woman ranking him as the worst among 8 quarterbacks? And yet she oversaw the demise of the Raiders? Really? Amy leaves him out of a field of 7 quarterbacks? That is crazy. That's absurd. I don't think she has a great eye for talent, obviously. I mean, listen, I like to say her uneducated perception of what a successful quarterback is in the NFL reveals her lack of intelligence, discernment, and practical knowledge of what a good NFL quarterback truly is. Purdy falls behind, yet he has eye-popping MVP numbers? That's funny. That is hilarious. It's comical. It's really laughable. Oh my goodness. I can't believe what I heard. I can't believe what this woman even said. That's just crazy. Thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate the love and support. I'm wrapping it up now. Thanks for watching my videos. I really appreciate the love and support. I will keep pushing out content for you guys. I'll be back sometime today. I got more content with the NFL divisional round games this weekend. I'll be talking about that, diving into that a little bit more later. But until next time, I see you guys later. Take care of yourselves, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Peace.